Good evening, guys. Guys are here with Mr.Sa again. Hope you guys had an amazing week, or an amazing month, or an amazing year. So I've just been getting better from my cold. So that's why I've been not uploading videos for a couple of days now. Okay, so in this video, by looking on the screen, we'll be learning on how to divide fractions with a whole number. So we'll be doing dividing fractions with a whole number, and then we'll also be doing maybe a few questions on dividing fractions with a fraction. If that makes any sense. Okay, guys. So step number one. Okay, I got some. All right. Let me find this. All right. Let me get rid of this one first. Okay, let's start. Let us say, for example, I have a question: 4 divided by 2 by 3, or 2/3. Alright, guys, so a whole number is any positive number and also the number 0. So let's say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, all of these are whole numbers. If that makes any sense. Okay, all counting numbers in that sense. Okay, so 4 is our whole number right here. But if you know, we can also write 4 as 4. We can also write it as 4 over 1 or 4 by 1. All right, guys. So we can write any whole number as a fraction by just writing it over 1. Okay, now let's go back to our question. So we have 4 divided by 2/3. What we can do is we can change this whole number to a fraction. So now we will have 4 over 1 divided by 2/3. Okay, guys. So we change the whole number into a fraction now. Now, dividing fractions is very similar to multiplying fractions in a way, because we change the division sign to the multiplication sign. Then we would flip the numerator and denominator of the second fraction. So we know that this is fraction number 1, this one is fraction number 1, and this one is fraction number 2. Okay, guys, so the first fraction will stay the same, so we will not do anything with it, so it will stay as 4 over 1. Now this division sign will change to multiplication sign, and then what we do is we flip our numerator and denominator. So 2/3, now we will write it as 3 over 2. Okay, guys, so what did we do here? The first fraction, we kept it the same. The division sign, we changed it to multiplication sign, and then we flipped the numerator and the denominator. Okay, guys, so 2 over 3 changed to 3 over 2. So, and now it has come to normal multiplication of fractions. So what we do now, we multiply our numerator with numerator. So what do we have? 4 multiplied by 3 gives us 12 over 1 multiplied by 2 gives us 2, and of course 12 over 2 gives us 6. So 6 is our final answer. Okay, now let us go to maybe a little bit more of a difficult question. Let us say we have 17 divided by 16 by, let us say, 3. 16 by 3. Okay, guys, so if you remember from the previous question, 17 is same like 17 over 1. So what do we do here? The first fraction, we will write it as 17 by 1. Okay, guys, so we have 17 by 1 divided by 16 by 3. 16 over 3. Now, what many students also tend to make careless mistakes is they sometimes flip the first fraction, which would totally change the answer. We cannot do that. Okay, guys, so always flip the second fraction. So what we have here, we change the division sign to multiplication sign. So we have 17 over 1 multiplied by, then we would flip the numerator with the denominator of the second fraction. So we would have 3 over 16. And what do we do now? We multiply the numerator with the numerator. 17 times 3 gives us 51. And 1 times 16 gives us 16. Okay, guys, so this is how we divide fractions with a whole number. Now let us say we try and divide fractions with a fraction. So let's say we divide fractions with a fraction. Let's say we got 16 over 5 divided by let's say 22 over 10. But guys, step number 1 again, the first fraction remains the same. So 16 over 5 will still remain as 16 over 5. The division sign changes to multiplication. Then we would flip our numerator and denominator. So we would have 10 over 22. Now, of course, now if you take a look at this, let's do this using two methods. The first method would be by multiplying the numerator with the numerator. So 16 multiplied by 10 gives us 160, and 5 times 22 would give us 110. So whenever we write the final answer of a fraction, we always want to write it as the lowest terms. So if you take a look at this, both the numerator and the denominator, it can be simplified more. And here is one of the techniques that if both the numerator and the denominator has a 0, we can straight away simplify the 0. The 0 and 0 will cancel each other, and the final answer we get is 16 over 11. Now, the other method we can do also is, we got 16 over 5 multiplied by 10 over 22. Now, another method what we can do is we can also straight away, now in this case it was easy because we had both the numbers ended with 0, so we straight away canceled the 0 and wrote our final answer here. We wrote our final answer here. But sometimes you will not have numbers that end both with zeros, so then it may become a bit more longer. So in that case, what we can do is we can simplify the fractions. And if you know on how to multiply fractions, you would know that we can only multiply fractions vertically or diagonally. We cannot do it horizontally. So we can only simplify fractions something like this or diagonally. If you're not sure, you can also go to my previous video on multiplying fractions. Okay, so now we can simplify 5 and 10. So 5 will change to 1 and 10 will change to 2. Okay guys, so 5 times 1 is 5 and 5 times 2 is 10. Now what we can do is, we know that 16 and 22 can be simplified. Both are even numbers, so both can be divided by 2. So we can either simplify 22 with 16, or we can also simplify 22 with 2. Whichever way you do it, the final answer will be the same. So let us say we simplify 22 by 2. So what do we have here? We have 2 times 1 would give us 2, and 2 times 11 would give us 22. And now nothing else can be simplified, and now we have 16 multiplied by 1 gives us 16, and 1 times 11 gives us 11. So whichever way you do, if you do it this way or this way, the answer would be the same. Now let me show you one more question, final question, when the answer does not end with zeros, so you get a little bit of much more perspective on it. Let us say we have 18 over, let us say 6 or 16, 18 or 16 divided by, let us say 6 over 12. All right, so we got 18 over 16 divided by 6 over 12. Step number 1, we changed division into multiplication. So we got 18 over 16 multiplied by, and then we swap the numerator and denominator, so we would have 12 over 6. Okay guys, now instead if we multiply numerator with numerator and then denominator with denominator, we would have a really big number. So instead of not having that huge number, okay, so let's say we multiply them. Let us say we multiply them. 18 multiplied by 12 would give us 180 plus 36. Should give us 6. Should give us 216. So what do we have? We have 216 over 16 times 6 would give us 96. Okay guys, now this is a big number, and then in order for us to simplify to the lowest term, we got to find the greatest common factor, or we can keep dividing it by 2 if you want, because both are even numbers, which is a long process. So if we keep doing that, keep dividing them by 2, so what do we have? So we divide this by 2 over 2. Then what do we have? We would have 108 over 48. Then again divide this by 2 over 2. Then we would have 54 over 24. Then what would we have again? We got 54 over 24 divided by 2 over 2, which would give us 27 over 12. And now finally, we know 27 and 12, the greatest common factor is 3, so we divide by 3 over 3, which would give us 9 over 4. So if you took a look at this, this was pretty, so it was a pretty long step. So let us say we simplified straight away. We got 18 over 16 multiplied by 12 over 6. So if you take a look at this, we know we can simplify 12 over 6 or 18 and 6. So let's say we do this. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 3 is 18. Then what do we have? We can simplify 12 and 16. Both can divide by 4. So 12 will change to 4 multiplied by 3 would give us 12. And 4 multiplied by 4 would give us 16. And what do we have here? We have our final answer. 3 times 3 is 9 over 4 times 1 is 4. So again guys, whichever method you use, the final answer would be the same, but it would be easier if you simplify the fraction straight away before going to the final answer. So it saves you a lot of time and also makes the final answer so much easier. And this would be it for today guys. So today we learned about how we divide fractions, and as usual, I hope you guys learned something from it. And if you have any questions, do comment below. I will definitely try to answer you guys. And if you like the video, please leave a like, and if you subscribe, that would be very helpful to me and also helpful to you, because I would be uploading videos again very often. Okay guys, so this comes to an end, and hope you guys have an amazing day or evening. Until next time, see you guys.